In just over 2 months' time, the New Zealand and Australian Sevens team will run out at the delayed Tokyo Olympics. Today, though, many of these players will appear at Eden Park for the first time as some of the world's best Sevens exponents go head-to-head over 4 matches today. And it is Chloe Dalton to get us underway. Match 1 on day 2 of Trans-Tasman Sevens. The Black Ferns Sevens against their great rivals Australia, and it's the New Zealand skipper Sarah Hiranit who brings down the ball from the kickoff. So first possession gives New Zealand a chance to attack. Nathan Wong, it's flat and through the hands of Fitzpatrick, and Kaslik scoops it up. She'll set away Charlotte Kaslik, such a key for the Australian team. Here's Lefal Fakosalia, youngster. Dalton shovels it along for Williams. They're trying to get Green into the action early, but Williams goes herself. She's hard to put down, Williams. Good continuity early from Australia, which probably was an issue for them yesterday. Dalton thrown to the ground. And now they spread. Politi one-on-one with Brazier. She's got a lot of space and gas, and a couple of the New Zealand defenders slipping, and it's going to open up for Kaslik here. Blythe's going to have to chase Charlotte Kaslik. She should have the space on her and does. But good surge from Charlotte Kaslik for Australia. Dick clears away. And now through the hands, Williams looking for Dalton. Can they get Green into the action? Again, now Dalton, they hung off her and she goes straight up the middle, and what a welcome return for Chloe Dalton. She spent a couple of years playing in the AFLW after the Rio Olympics, back in the Sevens fray and back in scoring mode.
The mistake by the Black Ferns Sevens, Fitzpatrick on a short ball, and then once Australia gained possession, they went to their superstars, and we saw them, the Kasliks, and they're obviously keeping Green out. Hence the reason why they left such a big gap for the Australian flyer to go through. She did so well and holding them off as well. Dalton earlier on bought a bit of time for her teammates to arrive, on that occasion through the dummy, went through.
And now Dick, Lily Dick, looking to get around Sarah Hiranit, can't do so. Hiranit rolls out of the way and they earn a penalty, New Zealand. I think Hiranit thought she might have crept up high there, but New Zealand will now launch an attack. Tui, Fitzpatrick, and Nathan Wong attacking the line and going straight through, looking to link up with the outside. Can't quite find Blythe, who goes back to tidy up Tui. Spreads again, and there's a big overlap wide for New Zealand as Brazier stabs a kick through for Woodman. It sits up perfectly for Portia Woodman, and she'll have too much gas to the line. The heads-up play from Brazier and the speed of Woodman to finish.
Well, how appropriate was Woodman that actually got the turnover, which created the penalty that they moved down the left-hand side. Couldn't release Blythe, but you've got 2 flyers for the Black Ferns Sevens. Blythe down one side, and the top try scorer in the HSBC Women's Series, Portia Woodman. And how great it is to see Woodman back. Brazier does that in her sleep. She wakes up with the sheets everywhere because she kicks the sheets out like she does the rugby ball. And Portia Woodman, well, she did the rest.
A minute or so to go in this first half. Australia, Lefal Fakosalia, exciting prospect, gets up, goes again, but just lost it on the ground and knew it too. Great tackle by Gail Broughton, and then the hustle over the ball earns some high fives. As New Zealand scoop it away, Brazier for Broughton, and here's Blythe on the fly. She's going to back her pace into the corner, trying to track her to the outside, and gets in the corner. Blythe, so quick try given. It was a valiant effort in defence, but she has got so much pace.
It was the double pump as well that just held up the last defender, who had to just check first, so stayed, and then by the time she went to go, Blythe was off to the races, in at the corner, and that's where they kill you. They hurt you so much, New Zealand, that they can score just before the break and from the set piece.
Nathan Wong. A look for Woodman to get up. Pucky's underneath it for Australia. Bats it back. It's come off the hands of Dalton and into the arms of Brazier. So a chance again for New Zealand as the siren goes for half-time to spread once more. Tui across the face for Hiranit, and now they'll reset, change the point of attack, New Zealand. Nathan Wong. And this is what the Black Ferns Sevens are quite happy to do. They'll go back to go forward and try and get Flula loose. Good cover coming across, though, from the youngster Faith Nathan. Eventually they get Flula to ground. Nathan Wong, a little juggle. And now this time, can Brazier hit the mark? It's a good bounce for Woodman, but again, it's gone forward, and Kelly Brazier looking back to the referee to check. She'll disagree, but they'll go to the break, New Zealand, after going behind early. It is the Black Ferns Sevens leading Australia 12 points to 7 at half-time. Nathan Wong switcheroo, and it's going to be Tui to chase her, and Parry coming up in the air, and it just falls on New Zealand side. Backwards off black, says the referee, and so Gail Broughton has to go back and scoop it up under pressure from Keswick, who did well to hassle the New Zealander. But now there's some space for Flula to work that right foot step that she's become so well known for. Now space for Tui, sized up the options, is going to back herself. Chase coming again from Australia, and again it'll be to no avail though. And Tui using all of her experience. Faith Nathan chasing in vain. Tui scores straight after the break for New Zealand.
She is one of the best forwards that New Zealand has, is Ruby Tui. She's just there in at the kick-off to try and secure it for her team, and then on that occasion they just looked and they spread, and she just couldn't believe her luck. She's such a great finisher and a hard-working forward. Great reward for Ruby Tui.
Parry as well to clear it away, but then throws a ropey old ball for Keswick to tidy up. Keswick does so well, and Hirini lost her footing just as Politi was coming back at her. Hirini did really well to scramble to stop Ivania Politi. It's still there for Australia though, and Nathan able to squeeze it back. Now Politi again, short ball for Parry, can't hold on, and this could be dangerous. New Zealand will look to counter Broughton, using that fancy footwork of hers, stepping through one, and he's going to back herself here. Gail Broughton, her footwork is so elusive. They punish the error from Australia, and New Zealand starting to push out here at Eden Park.
Well, the Australians panicking. New Zealand had 7 up on the line. There was acres of space in behind. They should have used the boot, but they kept it in hand, and then once they turned it over, Hirini gives it to Broughton, and Broughton says, try line, here I come.
Now Gail Broughton, she's still only 24, but been in the setup for so long, and I love the energy and enthusiasm she plays her footy with. Keswick across for Politi, making a good charge. She's got Keswick with a great hit and spin from Ivania Politi, and here's a nice well-worked move from Australia, almost getting in each other's way. Higgins-Ashby onto the field, and now Green released down the side. Baker misses her. Williams can't get near Green either. And Australia do break out and show the class they've got. New Zealand's defenders were left scrambling, and Ellia Green goes in under the sticks.
Well, take it back to the line that they ran as well. That was the big thing that really surprised me, was Politi coming back on the angle, bumped out of a couple of tackles, and then decided to head out to where the support was. And she was looking for the speedster. That's where she cut in and then out, gives the ball to Keswick. Keswick knew that she had Green on the outside, and it's a 50-50 pass, but as soon as Green got it, she just pinned her ears back. Noel Williams will say, I could have got there. The Australians won't agree, and they're back in this game.
They did well. Higgins-Ashby was the support player at a couple of times, but managed to just keep herself out of the way, so not to get pinged by the referee. Great response from Australia. 26-14 now, and there's still a couple of minutes to play. Williams is just onto the field, and Williams again on the wraparound for Blythe. Back into the action, she'll chop back in field. Higgins-Ashby rips it away, and it's gone backwards though, so still New Zealand ball for Hirini. And now Baker bumps off one so big and so strong. It's Hayes who felt the force of the Baker charge. They give away a penalty though, and Australia went on to get on with it. Keswick, Hayes had to get up and go again quickly. She's smashed to the ground by Fitzpatrick, and Hirini, and another penalty, not rolling away, and now not going to be 10 as Politi gets on with things, upping the tempo, Australia, and catching New Zealand off guard. Ivania Politi.
It's the Australian attitude in sport, is that they just, you punch them in the face, they're going to punch you back, and this is where Politi felt the full force there. Hayes, in fact, it was Demi Hayes taking on Baker, and then she gets up and goes again, and then this is the end of it, where Politi just says, I'm getting in for a try.
Brazier has got Fitzpatrick with her. Teresa Fitzpatrick looked for Blythe, but also just lost her footing as well. And now the loose ball, Blythe gets back there, and there's a collision of bodies and people, and Brazier's left sprawled on the ground. Now she gets up, and it's still New Zealand ball. Hirini, and now look at Politi having to track backwards as Hirini, and now Keswick comes across. It did well, but Hayes just got up too high, and it'll be a yellow card. I think she heard the double blast and was walking off, Demi Hayes. Pretty hard on that stuff in sevens, no messing around.
How about the composure shown by New Zealand? Prepared to go from width to width. There was about 14 passes for a net gain of about 20 metres, but they've won it.
They have too. They got themselves in a heck of a tangle to all the ends. A valiant fight back from Australia. Couldn't quite finish it off, though. And New Zealand take it 26-19. They go 2-1 up in the series.